Well, you know the saying, time flies when you're having fun. Well, we're coming to a season that a lot of people consider no fun. That's tax season.
I hate this time of year. And with tax season, it becomes scam season. Scammers are likely to play on your fears. Obviously, taxes can be a big one. So before you start sending money, make sure it really is Uncle Sam that's got his hand out.
Don't try to disregard this message and do return the call as soon as possible before any legal action takes place.
That message showed up on Wilson Chaco's answering machine. The caller, who called from a 415 area code, claimed to be an IRS agent who convinced Wilson in a later telephone conversation that he was way behind on his taxes. The caller told Wilson to go to his local CVS pharmacy. He would get a special debit card, and he would then wire the IRS $6,815. He had 2 hours to do it, and if he didn't do it, IRS agents would be at his door to cuff him and arrest him.
Last 32 years I am, paying on-time taxes and everything, so I'm so worried about this time because what happened, I don't know what happened to me, so.
Fortunately for Wilson, he called his son Princeton before making another move. Princeton just happens to work as an IT security expert.
I knew it was a scam. IRS will not call you asking you to send a voucher over the phone. They will ask you to mail a check or send you a certified letter. And they're based, to my knowledge, they're based out of Texas and not California.
Wilson almost didn't believe his son until his accountant assured him his taxes are up to date and this guy is bogus.
And your reference number is 580-453. I repeat, it's 580-453.
Well, it turns out the IRS actually sent out an alert about that exact scam just back in November. And funny thing, just yesterday, I had something extremely similar to this pop up on my computer.
Oh, really?
And it tried to lock my computer, and it said, you cannot unlock your computer. The only thing you can do is pay this fine. It had all this impressive, official-looking government letterhead and all that stuff. Here's what you have to do. And it said, go to the CVS pharmacy and get this green dot pay card, and then send us the $300 and we'll unlock your computer.
How about that?
And because I saw this, I'm like, yeah, no, this is not right. Can't be. So the question is, how can you make sure that someone really is who they say they are? It's becoming more and more important to research colleagues, friends, and even the people you associate with.
Well,
maybe not you.
Yeah, okay. Well, fortunately, with unlimited access to the internet, it's becoming easier to determine those who are trustworthy and deserve your time. About 15 million Americans have their identities used fraudulently every year, with a financial loss of about $50 million. So here are the top 2 people you should be running a background check on.
Do you really know the people you're around day after day after day?
I would definitely want to do a background check on boyfriend.
My wife's boyfriend.
There are several reasons why you should run background checks on yourself, but have you thought about the other people you trust in your life? Like your date. When you meet someone off an online dating site, knowledge is power. Try going to sites like instantcheckmate.com, which allows you to play detective and dig up need-to-know information about potential dates. Also, your doctor. Background checks for healthcare professionals can be very revealing, showing red flags and any malpractice suits. Try healthgrades.com for free physician rating. Or for a more detailed review, try DocInfo for $9.95, which lists disciplinary actions, educational history, and details about sanctions.
Also, consider running a background check on your babysitter and housekeeper. And trusting someone with your children and your home means putting major trust into another person.
Well, it would be important to know that that perky little attitude that you see isn't just a facade.
Yeah.
So you can't really take too many chances with this. You got to make sure that you know what you're talking about. It's important to do your research. Make sure that your applicant's perky little attitude isn't just a fake. You're not invading their privacy. The thing is, you're just making sure that you know who you're dealing with. Now, that being said, how would you feel about businesses that want to get to know you better? It happens every second of every day. Somebody's tracking you, and they're using your smartphone to do it.
You may think no one's watching, that you're on your own. But as long as that smartphone is on and in your pocket,
it's a violation.
You're never quite alone. If you have an iPhone, it's Apple, or an Android, it's Google.
You want to think that, nobody's tracking you, nobody's watching you, but apparently that's not the case, so it is creepy.
Buried in your iPhone settings is a detailed history of where you've been, how often you've been there, and it's time-stamped down to the minute.
I would feel very uncomfortable, afraid.
And on a Droid, even more detailed. It's all plotted on Google Maps. GPS and Wi-Fi networks pinpoint your every move from home to work and back. Your phone sends all that information back to tech companies.
Companies have a vested interest in figuring out what you're doing and where you're going.
Mary Dickerson heads the IT department at a university. She says your information helps companies make money, but there's no 100% guarantee Apple and Google can keep it safe.
There's always a risk. The question is, do you feel it's a significant risk?
It's a little invasion of our privacy. Can you show me how to take it off?
On a Droid, just go to Settings, select Location Services, and uncheck GPS and Wi-Fi. On an iPhone, it's a little bit more complicated. Just go to Settings, click Privacy, then select Location Services. Scroll down to System Services, and that's where you find frequent locations. Just turn that feature off. But there is a catch. Even after all that, your cell phone provider can still keep tabs on you.
Someone's always watching. Big brother.
To completely go off the grid, your only option is dumping your smartphone.
I need my phone. I need the internet. I need to connect to my world.
That, however, is not all. Maybe you remember when City of Salisbury IT Director Bill Garrett explained to WBOC's Karina Paisa something called geotagging, when GPS coordinates are literally embedded into a picture that you take with your smartphone.
It uses those coordinates to be able to map out through social media or other applications where the picture was taken through Google Maps or other applications.
And Wycomico County Sheriff Mike Lewis says it's something that can let criminals place exactly where you are at any given moment. So now you've got to consider, is your smartphone smarter than you are?
I guess it's time to check. I'm just doing the frequent locations and they are off. There you go. And then there's that time when you need to say, maybe I'm not skilled enough to take on that project. You know what I'm talking about, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Thought you did.
That do-it-yourself project that ends up costing you more in the long run because you knew you could do it, but you ended up having to hire a professional to fix what you messed up. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, do-it-yourself disasters. It looks easy when you see them do it on home remodeling television shows, but that's not always the case. How to know if a project just might be too much to take on yourself.
And later, here's something that's easy to whip up yourself, and they're great for a crowd or for even your family dinner. Later, we head to the kitchen to learn how to make these ham and cheese sliders with a poppy seed sauce. You don't want to miss this one.
But first, is there something going on in your community? We would love to hear about it, and we'd love to see any pictures that you take as well. So all you have to do is send the information our way, along with any photos that you'd like to share.
You can reach us at comments@delmarvalife.com or like us on Facebook and share the info there.